say all this because as I've taken in this information this offseason, a lot of you guys are fully off the Daniel Jones train. You have
coming
named
for
every
your meats,
quarterback
Pizzle.
in line and who you hope it is. You went from Caleb Williams to Jaden Daniels.
I'm coming for your meats.
To JJ, to
What's up,
Penix,
South Tex?
to Bo. Like, you've went through all these names back and forth to try to fit where we are at 6. And the reality is you don't even care who it really is. You just want somebody else. Which you don't even think about what the hell it is that you're saying. You're saying 5 collegiate quarterbacks. 5 collegiate quarterbacks are better than a guy
Your boy,
who has
Brad.
taken this team
Your boy.
to the playoffs and won a playoff game. By the way,
What's up,
a team
Spare
that
None?
has yet to ever give him a legitimate offensive line and a legitimate number 1 receiver. Pizzle, why are you getting so upset? Because it pisses me off to sit here and listen to you people taking this content or say the shit that you say about this damn team, and you don't even act. It's as if you don't even watch. It's as if you don't even consume the games. You don't even pay attention. You told me Saquon Barkley's whole offense. Where's Saquon right now? He's in fucking Philly. It's always been Daniel.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
It's always been Daniel. The whole damn time. I told you, just like I told you Darius Slayton was that dude. Nobody listened. You didn't listen, did you? And see, this is the problem. A lot of you haven't listened. And what's going to happen is that if the Giants don't draft a quarterback in the next couple weeks, listen to me.
This is obviously right before the draft.
This is the most important video that I could ever make on this damn channel. So listen to me good, because I don't give a shit who they are, what they are, or who they ever will be. If the Giants don't draft a quarterback, most of you are never, ever allowed to ever get back on the Daniel Jones train. Never. You're done. And you might say, well, how's that possible?
What's he saying, Brian? I can't hear him.
Roll off, I will be sitting at the edge of it with a fucking chainsaw, ready to cut your hand off as soon as you even think about touching the rail. A chainsaw, a motherfucking chainsaw. Violence. Gory violence.
All right, I'll leave it right there. What's up, everybody? Game Time, Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. It looks like I have my everything worked out. I think I got it, everybody. And anybody that wants to join, I got Troy Daniels in here now. Anybody that wants to join, hop on in. Just the Zoom link is in the community tab, and hop on in. Again, Troy, it was a modem issue, and
what?
It was, believe it or not, I don't know why, but I had a landline, going into the wall, into my Wi-Fi booster. So I figured that was good, because I was running my test. I was getting great. Great download speeds, but my upload speeds were horrendous. And my wife is in the other room, and it was unbelievable. So I end up, we switched out the modem. It did help, but it was still getting very little upload speed. And then I unplugged this landline, what do you call it? Where you're hardwired in. I unplugged it, and I went all the way up to 70. I'm like, so I think that was it. We're looking good, right, people? So, yeah, I just got to keep an eye over here. Just make sure if anybody's trying to get in, let me know, people. So what's up, Troy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Just sitting around, relaxing on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, me too.
You had the day off today, huh?
Yeah, well, I got today, tomorrow, and Sunday. How it works for me, Troy, is I'm on a rotation schedule. So Friday's the last day of our pay period, right? So I'm off Friday this week, which is today, and then I'm off Saturday next week, which is tomorrow. So every 5 weeks, I got a Friday, Saturday, or every 6 weeks, I got a Friday, Saturday, Sunday built into my schedule. So that's nice. But the issue is I got to work 6 days in a row starting Monday. I got to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And then I got to work Saturday because it's a new day. And then I'm off Sunday, Monday, which is nice. So, but anyway, we got a lot of people in here. Let's get back to the top. Coyote, Brad Harris, what's up? Too broke to pay attention. What's up, my man? Isaac Ramirez, Devil Dog, West Virginia Country Boy. Hey, West Virginia, do you feel better about the team? Because I know I do. And we're going to get into it. Alina, how are you, Alina? Brad Harris, that was your buddy, Pizzle. He says hi. Me and Pizzle will be doing something next week, so get a look out for that. I actually think he's funny, Brad. You know, he gets a bad rap. At the end of the day, if you don't find him funny, I don't, you know, that's up to you. I think he's funny. I don't take him serious. You know, it's Troy. He's been in YouTube forever. He doesn't do it for the money. He's just a nuts.
The only thing he does is Venmo.
Yeah. Mike Aldana, what's up, buddy? Just got done watching the morning video. Thanks, Mike. Well, why don't you hop on the Zoom call, man? Raymond Walker, what's up, my man? Lady Libra, how are you? EJB. Mark Hutchin, what's up? What's up, buddy? If anybody sees Rob A., just remind him if I miss him, he is a winner. So we need to get back to that. We are $18 away from the next drawing, so just keep that in mind. Who else? South Tex. What's up, South Tex? How are you? East Side Harold. Go Texans.
He's always going to be.
Listen, man, he's consistent as long as he's nice and respectful. I will show him deference. Spare none. How are you? What do we got here? Daniel Jones and Dink and Dak are the same. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to start flexing about your bot. Yeah, C.J. Stroud, like Mark Holmes like to say. Not Stroud. Stroud. Yeah, C.J. Stroud. Let's wait and see. Me and Mark think he's going to have a sophomore slump. So let's wait and see. See. What do you think?
I think the way Houston's.
You gotta, yeah, you're real low there. What's up, John Acme? How are you, brother? Yeah, you're real low, Troy. There's something going on with your mic.
Try that.
There you go. Brad is entering the building. Yes, I'm liking the fact that we're working good here. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Brad, what's up, man? It says my stream is healthy, so I'm loving that. What's up, Curtis? I do too, West Virginia Country Boy. How about you, Troy and Brad? How do you guys feel now after the draft? Troy, you go first. What do you feel? I mean, how do you feel?
Looking at it, I think we did more than just the running back because I think we can probably go out and finagle that trade for Khalil Herbert from Chicago. That's going to go down soon. I'm almost certain. I think so. I think we're going to aggressively go after Khalil Herbert and get him out of Chicago and bring him to Dallas, and he'll be a flourish.
Thanks,
and
John
I hope,
Acme.
and I really do hope that Dallas keeps him like for about 3 years. Get him a new deal for about 3 years more. Pay him the remainder of whatever he's got in Chicago. Add 3 more on. I think we could get a good dose
Khalil
of
Herbert, he's saying, Devil Dog. Yeah. Listen, John Acme, or first let me get to Hamid. Hamid, I thought you had a better, I thought you thought better of your team. You're saying your team's going to go 6-11. I mean, I know they're not going to be great, the Eagles, but 6-11, Hamid? Come on, man. I thought you guys are going to be better than that. We lost Brad. But Devil
Brad.
Dog, he's talking about Khalil Herbert. So you think we can get to Khalil? I mean, you think we can get him?
I don't think Chicago's going to keep him on the roster. I mean, he'll be the third back in Chicago, but will he get time?
You know what's funny?
Probably not.
I don't know that we need a back right now. I mean, We would have to cut somebody, Troy. That's
Yeah.
my thing. So, I mean,
or stash them on the practice squad. Either way,
if they, well, yeah, like if they release them, then fine. I'm higher on our backs than other people. Again, anybody that's won a Super Bowl, in my opinion, all right, Chris, I think we got it, buddy. Troy, it seems like anybody who's won the Super Bowl, Troy, they're not a bell cow back. I'm not saying that Saquon can't do it for the Eagles. He isn't.
Right.
He's a great back. I'm not going to lie to you, but again, show me the last back like a Saquon that was even Zeke. Remember, we didn't win it with Zeke, and he was a great running back. All right, you can say Saquon's better. Okay. I'm getting a lot of people. It's funny. The Eagle fans are willing to hypothesize and assume and think that their offensive line is going to be so good without.
I was going to say, but what's their offensive line situation?
And I know it's
in
going to be
Philadelphia?
good, but how could it be better? How could it be better?
It's not. I mean, you can't replace.
We've been
Jason
there, right,
Kelce.
Troy? We've been there before.
Yeah, we have. I mean, you look at the Great Wall of Dallas in the 90s. Have we had one since? Probably not.
Yeah. Hamid, real quick. If Dallas wanted Henry, they would have got Henry. That's the thing. They didn't want Henry because they have a certain structure right now. Like, regardless of what anybody's saying about what they have on the team, they're literally looking at percentage of the cap, okay? You got to remember the dead money that they have towards Zeke. Now you brought Zeke back on a basically $2 million deal. So you add whatever the 6 plus the 2, they're paying $8 million for Zeke, basically. That's how you got to look at it. And then you add everybody else. They know what's coming up. So what's up, Nathaniel? How are you? Welcome to the show, my man. I love seeing newer names. So I hope you stay around here. But yeah, Troy, I'm with you. This is what I would want to do. It's more important now that we get our offensive line in order. I don't know if you watched the morning video, but I was concentrating on the O-line. And, you know, I was listening to Brian Broaddus the other day on for the Love of the Star podcast with Bobby Belt. And he had mentioned that, what's up, Taz? He had mentioned that how all this is going to shake out, that they should use one of these guys as trade bait. I'm not saying get rid of TJ Bass, but if he might have.
Mark
Hutchins.
Tom
Thank
Downey.
you so much, buddy.
Tom Downey had that idea. Let's start this campaign of hyping up one of those guys and see if we can't trade him for like a 6th or 7th rounder.
Like, if it's, I mean, I love Brock Hoffman, but I don't know. I want to see Brock Hoffman and the Juggernaut go at it. Whoever wins the center job is fine. The Juggernaut could come in here now and start for any team at guard. He's day one starter. That's how good he is.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what he can do at center. If he's that good at center, then now you have flex, and then you could trade either. I think Bass would give you slightly more, but that's why I really give a shout out to the Eagles GM Howie Roseman, because he will do stuff like that. Our guy, everything is just, all right, we got to release him. Or, well, let's put him on the practice squad. Let's try and cut him and slide him onto the practice squad when you're not going to get a TJ. Your TJ Bass, if he's not starting, okay, I think long term he might be the guy, but meaning after Zach Martin retires, I think, but I mean, if we can get a pick for one of these guys, maybe that's what we do if everybody pans out, Mark Hudson, I believe we need to give it a year or possibly 2 before we make judgments on this draft as far as college stats. I think we did pretty good. Mark, I don't disagree with you. Troy, what do you think about that?
Yeah, we did have a good draft. I mean, aside from, looking at that running back position, which I thought we were really, really high on at the time, I thought that we had an excellent draft. We got another guy that can fill the front line and really, help that offensive line out. I lost your sound, Brian. There we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I muted to cough and then you forgot to unmute. What's up, Chris? How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. You hear me all right?
Oh, I hear you good. I think I got it, man. I think I got it fixed.
Okay, right on. Maybe it was a modem issue.
It's a modem, but
Oh.
again, I had my my Ethernet. I hardwired it into one of my because I have one of those pods right next to me, those Wi-Fi pods, and I had it going in there, and I think it was fighting with the other. There was a setting; it was fighting with it. So as soon as I unplugged it, I had 70 upload or 76 upload. I was working at like 2 upload. So, I mean, we got 4 people in here and we're rolling good. How's the stream, everybody in the chat? Let me know.
It's flowing.
It's
I
looking
can tell.
good.
It's good, right? Okay. So, I mean, again, broadcast media, you know how that goes. So,
Joe's here. Yay!
so.
Hey, I
Joe,
think you
Joe.
need to
Hey,
make
Right
me a
Joe,
mod
on,
Joe,
in
right
how
your.
are
on.
you?
I think you need to make me a mod in your chat there.
You're not a mod?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Should be. I thought it
And
was.
even after
You were.
I'm,
You were.
I was.
I thought you were. Maybe you weren't. I don't know.
No,
lose.
I don't think I have.
All right. Well, then there you go. I got a lot of mods. So where are you at? I'll put a comment in there because I have to click
Okay.
on you. So just put
Yeah,
South
me a moment.
Tex. Thanks, man. You know, again, the one thing I'm not. There you go. Yeah. Well, you don't want to be Eagle Green. I don't.
I hate Eagle Green. Yeah, I hate Eagle Green. Got to be that blue.
Yeah, I was watching the what do you call it? The National Football Show with Dan Isoleo. You should be blue now, buddy. So go ahead and
Okay.
um,
Let's see.
yeah. Anybody else that's really wants to be a mod that's like a regular, I don't have a problem with it. Just
There
let me
we
know.
go.
There you go. I don't have a problem with it. It's just I don't want
Yeah.
But like Brad's the only guy in here that has carte blanche that could zap somebody. Other than that, we kind of
Not like what we're doing over on Mark's channel, right?
I allow Brad to take out his frustrations out on a few people. I'm totally cool with it. I'm a regular. Yeah, I know, Hamid. You are a regular, buddy. Again, if you would subscribe to the channel, maybe, maybe if you join,
Yeah, do
maybe,
it.
I may consider it. But I did send you a wrench. I think it got lost in the mail, Hamid. Come on, Hamid. It's an ongoing joke. Just go with it, Hamid. We know we appreciate you. Hey, Hamid, I am trying to get. I got to go tomorrow. I'm going to spend more money. I get money, but it goes out as soon as I get it. But I'm going to try and get some more hats with a different logo, and I'm going to try and get some green for my few Eagle fans. Just a few.
Okay.
That way, if you win something, you don't have to get,
Hey, do you have a store then, Brian? Or
I don't. There's a lot.
you
I
ought to
need.
do one.
I know.
You ought to do one like
I
Mark
know,
did.
but it's Troy. It comes with a lot of I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm getting there. I know there's a spring store where I could. That's kind of cool through YouTube,
Right.
But the problem is with that is the quality. I don't get to pick the quality of stuff that's on there, like hats and stuff. Then nothing's going to be embroidered. It's all going to be.
I think you can set your own up too.
Yeah,
Not through YouTube.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
I think on your-
eventually gonna do. But again, I'm by myself. I have a full-time job. What's the new cowgirl lie for today? What lie are we talking? Eastside comes in here. Come on, man. Can we be happy? You got a real good team. You're one of the favorites to come out of the AFC. What's up, Regina? There's my sister from another mother. How are you, Regina? So what do you guys think? Let's, since Eastside's in here and he don't normally stay long, so let's talk about the Houston Texans. Brad, what do you think about the Texans and your honest opinion? Non-troll. What do you think about the Texans?
Non-troll.
Yeah.
First of all, who likes my hat? Pretty cool, huh?
I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
There you go. There you go.
They're unfortunately going to be pretty good, I think. They've added a lot. CJ Stroud's still good. So I'm glad. I think we got him at home, right? I think we play him at home.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
But
That's gonna be a good game.
after the Green Bay game, I don't know if home has any advantage anymore.
What's up, Virus? Ooh, Lady
we went,
Libra. Wow. She put us over the top. Thank you so much, Lady
Yay.
Libra. We're at 52, so we're 2 into the $2 in towards the next one. go ahead. Like while I write this ticket, go ahead. Finish your thought, and then Troy and Chris can comment on the Texans because for East Side,
I was just saying that even though we got them at home after Green Bay, I don't know. You always think home field has an advantage, and I still believe that, but I don't know. I guess I blame Quinn for that. So hopefully we can put a good game plan together, and our young guys can show up. So.
Here you go. What do you think? What do you think, Troy?
Yeah, they did actually do really well this offseason as far as free agency. I mean, good golly, and the trades that they've pulled off. I think they're going to be the beast of the AFC South.
Me too. But you know what I think, Chris, and I want your opinion too. I think that what do you call it? I think that the sophomore slump, people got some tape on them. Now, the one thing is they went out and got a lot. They went and got a lot. It's not like they're sitting back going, "Oh, we were good last year." They went out and I mean, who did they get, Troy? Hey, Chris, do you guys know offhand? I can look it up, but I know
the big trade for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, they did get.
I
they
mean,
got Diggs.
that's veteran leadership there. They'll be working together, and I guarantee it, they'll hook up all season long. And they got one of our tight ends. They got a couple good receivers. They've done
Oh, here we go.
a little bit on the
I have it
offensive
right
line. So
here. Yeah.
I think they're going to be offensively pretty good. Defensively,
Rob A.
I'm not too sure.
You won,
but,
buddy.
Hey, congratulations,
Rob. Where are you at now? This is from the other night. Rob, email me. Email me at GameTimeBrian@gmail.com. I pulled your name out the other night. So you could have either a T-shirt, but I didn't think you wanted a T-shirt because it's got a cowboy logo on it. Or you can get a gray hat like me and a Brad's wearing, or you can get a black hat. So let me know what you want, buddy.
So I'm looking at their
Rob, the
off-season-
link is in the community tab. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
I'm looking at their off-season moves.
Yeah, you got
they
Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter,
That's right.
Danico Autry from the Tennessee Titans.
I
Who
don't
else
know
did they
Neville
grab?
Hewitt, the linebacker. I don't know Miles Bryant.
I don't know him much.
C.J.
Miles
Henderson.
Bryant.
All right, now C.J.
Yeah.
Henderson was the high pick out of Jacksonville. You remember that has
Yeah,
done much. Mario Edwards Jr.
yeah,
and,
Mario Edwards.
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown's still there.
So I think that
Jeff Okuda.
Jeff Okuda. Right. So I think they've had a good the draft. I
Yeah,
really
they did.
do.
They had a good off season.
So again, just because you have a good year doesn't mean it's going to translate into this year. I'm still doing another drawing, people. So we're up to one drawing for today before we get off, and we're $2 in the towards the next drawing. So anybody, I haven't removed anybody's names in here. So before we get off, I'll do a drawing. But so what else you guys want to talk about? I mean, what do you guys think about?
Like Cody Rhodes used to say, or always says, "What do you want to talk about?"
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Well, this is more of a let's see how my new system's working, and it seems to be working great. So
far so good.
Yeah, so
I think
I'm
you've
good.
done a good job, Brian.
So whoever it's I asked Phil, but he's at work and he's probably watching or you're listening, saying, "Thank
Yeah,
God,"
so
because it was a shit show. It's horrendous. But and I know my wife pays for the best internet we could get because of her job, and I'm like, why am I all of a sudden having a problem? So
Crazy. Yeah.
that's
Hearing
fine,
from our
Brad.
draft picks is pretty good too. I was enjoying that. Hearing for our new offensive tackle, our possible guard / center, Mr.
Yeah.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
I like the
definitely.
attitude.
Mr. BB.
Yeah, I like the
BB, yeah.
attitude. I like the attitude I'm hearing from the both of them, and they're there to work.
Oh yeah.
Started, and
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get into
Yeah.
because if you look at like our roster, right? I mean, we got the new kid, Nathaniel. What was his name? I forget.
The guy that plays multiple techniques.
Yeah.
that guy.
So,
Yeah.
like guys like like Josh Ball. I think he's on his way out. I don't think they'll get rid of Asim Richards this year, but I think like Asim Richards is probably battling Matt Waletzko for that swing tackle position, right? So, and then you got TJ Bass, I think, is your swing guard for now, but who knows? Maybe it'll be the juggernaut and maybe Brock Hoffman beats him out. Because the one thing Brock Hoffman has been doing is he's been like the first guy there. He's been there every day in the offseason. Brock Hoffman played well last year. So maybe he wins the center job. And the juggernaut, Cooper Beebe is the swing guard. Like I said, Chris, what would you think of? Because Zach's not going to be there forever. The rumor is he's done after this year. However it works out, you got to keep either. I would rather keep TJ Bass and get rid of Hoffman in a trade. Maybe just, like at the end of camp, say, hey, listen, this team needs a center. We could use this said player at a different position, and instead of releasing the player type of deal. Yeah, I don't know. Who's terrible, Devil Dog? Who's terrible? Josh Ball needs to go. Yes, I agree. Josh Ball stinks. Yeah. He's had his shot. No offense, Josh Ball, but you've been here for years, man. So, and you've done
played
nothing.
How many games? Yeah.
Not many. Not many. So, Zach Martin is a Hall of Famer or not? Oh, absolutely, Curtis. He's the first ballot.
Time's a mofo.
Coyote says, keep Hoffman, need two guys that can play center. Yes, I agree, Coyote, but if TJ Bass, he plays center and guard, I'm sure you're going to be a lot of talk about Diggs coming to the Cowboys next year. Probably Mark Hutchin, but I really don't think no worries, Brad. I really don't think Diggs is going to, he's I don't know, he's just too much of a head case. What do you think, Chris? Don't you think Stephon Diggs is like a troublemaker?
No, I just think he's passionate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, a little too passionate.
Maybe. I don't know. It would be close.
Everybody's got their head, in the way they think, they approach the game, and sometimes a lot of that rubs off on your team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be good to have him play with his brother.
It's just I think it's a different attitude. Players differentiate. Yeah. In between that, and that you look at most teams that win. Look at the chemistry, I think it's just an attitude. I never got to play college ball or pro, but when I played high school and stuff like that, I was an end. So I had that attitude of kind of like hyperness of. You don't belong on my fucking side. Sorry, on my side, or it's just a different attitude, and then that trickles with your team, and I think he adds a little bit of that, and then sometimes it could be confrontational with other people on how they take it,
Yeah.
So, he might just light a fire underneath Houston. Who knows? It's the kind of guys you need sometimes. So like I said, it just varies.
I don't see anything about Zay Jones signing with anybody, Nike 3.
Somebody was saying
the Cardinals.
He was in Kansas City yesterday. I think he's scheduled to visit.
Okay, yeah, he's with the Cardinals now. So
Cardinals, yeah.
Okay, cool, Nike 3. Again, it was not a big deal. I'm not worried about it either way. He needs to take the best deal for him. I think you'll find out that they just offered
hi, Curtis.
more than anybody. So
somebody just saying hi to me.
Thanks, Brad. I know. Curtis, yeah. I didn't like how Diggs put his business out. So yeah, he does that a lot, Rob. Are you coming in here or what, Rob?
I wonder if maybe
Nathaniel would love Diggs. That's cool.
I would love. Hey, Brad, I would love to see him team up with his brother here in Dallas.
That would be neat.
I think that would be excellent.
You know what I mean?
I know he's on his going, on the back end of his career now, but still, you get CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs. I hope we can sign Cooks to an extension. Really, I would love to keep Cooks around. Get those three. Out.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see where Diggs, Brandon Cooks, it picks up because he was heating up towards the end of the year. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that momentum and get himself another contract. That would be cool.
He has been really, really heating up. I mean, I'd love to see him get an extension. I don't know if Dallas does it, but I would love to see them pull the trigger on maybe 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
He is. But if you could, you know who I'd like to get?
Who's that?
I know it's way out there, but T. Higgins. Remember, you had Michael Irvin, the playmaker. You could see CD in that kind of thing, right? You got a guy like T. Higgins. That's like your Alvin Harper, big, tall guy, big, physical receiver. Can just
wasn't Cincinnati trying to get rid of him though?
Yeah, I thought they were, but
here's the problem: is
I think he's on a. I think he's on a.
There it is.
1 year.
Nike 3 is right. I just got the alert.
What's that?
Zay Jones signing with the Cardinals, but that again, he was going to be a 3 or 4 at best. He signed with the Cardinals. There's no terms. They gave him more money.
Probably gave him more money, more years. The only thing we could do is a 1-year deal.
Ooh, West Virginia country boy. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. You're in the hopper. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't know, Chris, if they'll do. I don't know that they would do a T. Higgins. I just don't know.
No, that's just a thing I was thinking that'd be cool.
What does a trade look like for you,
happens.
Chris, if you were to go after T from Cincinnati? What would you give up for him?
Shoot, I don't know who you could give up for him. It depends on what they're looking for, and what their needs are too. Are they looking for a draft pick? I would say
the best that you could probably do would be a 4th rounder. Maybe throw Tyler, TJ Bass in the mix too somehow.
Yeah,
make the numbers work. But I think the best you could get for a T would be a 4.
Well, I think he's on a 1-year deal right now. Anyway,
I think he is too. I think they did sign him to 1.
I think it was a franchise tag. I think.
It's
interesting.
I thought it was Boyd that was.
Okay, well, it's either one of them. But I know he'll be a free agent next year, I believe.
I think
that's
you're
what
right.
I was looking. But I mean, I don't know. I was just saying that's just a thought at wide receiver that I would really love. I like that guy. I really do.
He would be
tall
great.
and physical. And then you got a tight end,
great,
which we got. We got an outside receiver. I mean, I like Brandon Cooks. I do.
What's up, Rob?
But the reality is he's a little older. We get another guy in there that's a little younger that will be there for a little bit longer to pair up with CD that way. If you could, but 2 receivers, on how Dallas is, but having 2 receivers at 2 big contracts. I've seen it before when we had Keyshawn and Terry Glenn. Terry Glenn was the odd man out, which is another Jerry Jones failure, which, it's the same thing with T.O. and when we had the dude from the Lions, Williams. What is his name?
Yeah.
So, one either
Shout
goes.
out to Mark Hudson. You're in again, buddy. I think we're okay for this year regarding receivers. Me too. I do definitely think we are okay. I just do. But I'm not going to tell people what they should, think or not. Mark, I think we're fine with receiver. You know why? I tell you, guys, I think we're fine because, and I'll get to you, Coyote. Thank you. Is I want to run some more 12 personnel. And with these tight ends that we have, that is just, this is going to set up good for us. We need a number 1 wide receiver that can stretch the field. Maybe Cooks can get it going better this year. A Coyote, CDs are 1, but yeah, we need a 1A for sure. Like the Eagles. Eagles have. I still think AJ's 1, and you'd have to go with Devontae, who I love. Devontae Smith I love the kid, but that's a 1 and 1.
I'm excited to see what Jalen's going to bring to the table this year.
Jalen Tolbert,
yeah.
Well, this is the year for him. If not, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Here you go, Coyote. Thank you, buddy.
You know,
Like
I know this is another one I wish we could target is Puka Nakua out of LA.
He's
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah, I
going
mean,
anywhere.
he's barely
He
his
is a
second
beast.
year, and the Rams lucked out with that, getting him late in the draft, and for him to
Oh,
be
yeah.
what he turned out to be.
Yeah,
He's not going
Yeah, he
anywhere.
was great. He was wonderful at BYU.
Rob,
really
you
liked
won,
watching
buddy.
him.
So
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I'll take that black hat.
yeah, all
it
right.
looks sharp.
Just send me a game time, Brian, at Gmail. I'll put it up I'll pin it, and just email me your address.
Actually, I've emailed you before, so yeah, I got
okay.
your email address.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And I'll get that out tomorrow for you.
Sweet. Yeah.
You should get it in by Monday since I assume you're close, right?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm in the Mile High City.
Now,
So
that's
I'm actually
funny
in
how
Denver, Colorado.
I'm close to the Eagles, but I'm a Cowboy fan.
Right. Yep.
Cool,
Yep.
man. Cool.
I'm a native here of Colorado, so yeah, I just grew up I was played football when I was younger, quarterback. So I like Randall Cunningham.
Oh, nice.
Kind of shows
nice.
my age. I just
Wow.
stuck with him ever since. So
Uh,
yeah.
Hey,
Randall,
Brian, try this one on.
He was
for
the
size.
ultimate weapon, Rob. You remember that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
Randall's great. Try this one on for size. Let's get Debo out of San Francisco.
Oh, I'm all for that. I am all for that. I don't know that San Fran would allow it.
I say we give him our 4 pick for him. Would they jump at it in a heartbeat? Probably.
They might. What I'm hearing is, believe it or not, they may have to release one of them because they are on.
Yeah.
Here's the new deal, right? The new deal is if you're making a lot of money, you don't have to give up a lot of draft capital. If you're cheap, then you have to give up draft capital. You don't do both anymore, usually, right, Rob?
You can't afford to do both. Yeah,
yeah.
you can't afford to do both. You can't give up draft capital and pay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I think Debo would be the one to go if I had to pick between Ayuk and Debo. Ayuk,
Yeah, I'd take Debo.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would take Debo too. Ayuk's not a bad receiver though, but
Sorry, I was talking.
Debo-
about
I
could do
kind of
so
hope
much
maybe
more
they
with.
do something.
These
Otherwise-
are channel members, Vinny. Hop on in, Vinny. Hop on in. So we got Rob A, we got Troy Daniels, and Chris May. So they're all, anybody. I'm trying to get as many people in here. So far, I think I fixed it. I think it's safe to say that I fixed the internet issue. So
Yeah, your new modem's working smooth. That's for
yeah,
sure.
man. So that, and there was something else that was stupid though. I had a what do you call it? I had the what's this? The Ethernet, the cable.
Yeah, that's an
I
Ethernet
had
cable.
that.
Port, yeah.
Yeah, well, I had that going into my Wi-Fi booster, which is right next to me. And as soon as I unplugged it, I went from like 3 download
Upload.
to 70. Yeah. It wasn't the download that was the issue. It was the upload.
It was
your
the
upload.
upload.
Since you're hosting, I mean, you have to have good upload speed in order for you not to lag.
and I
mean,
knew-
Yeah,
I had
anything
to-
over
yeah.
100 is good.
Yeah. So
Anything over 100 is good.
So
You'll
yeah.
have good
So,
reception.
but I don't think Comcast offers anything over 100. I think they max out at 40 Mbps up.
actually, right now I'm sitting at 70 some, but my wife
Oh,
pays.
are you? Okay.
Yeah, my
All right.
wife paid what? But I was only at like 3, like the last
Yeah.
few weeks, which is why
Wow.
I was having an issue, and I don't
Yeah.
know why. We pay for the
I'm-
best internet, but because she works
I'm
from
with
home.
Xfinity and I get over 100 on the upload.
Who will
Whoa.
be our front 5 on the offensive line, game 1? Oof. You hit Troy, go ahead, man. I mean, Rob, if you have a comment on the Dallas
Well,
offensive line, go ahead.
let's
But
start with
yeah, go ahead.
Tyler Smith will be there.
But yeah,
Both
but
rookies.
you would think.
I think you're going to see
Maybe.
Guyton,
Guyton, BB
BB
at center.
possibly. And then you got your 2 veterans over on the right side.
Guyton, Tyler Smith, BB, Martin, and
Here's my thing, and
What's
you
the
guys
fifth?
are all right there, but
they'll probably be mixing them up, but at the beginning of the season, but that'll probably be the way they start out, and they'll probably just flip people in during the first couple weeks of the season, and they'll get a fill, let them get a fill, and then they'll see where they want to be at, and then
right.
they'll handle it.
I
from
hope they
there.
really get it figured out in preseason, though. That'll be
Well,
the thing.
here's the deal: the one guy who's been in the building early every day, the only guy,
Hoffman.
The only guy that's been there all off season, he's really and I think he played 2 or 3 games. I want to say 2. He started and he did very well. He was already better than Tyler Biotis last year, which is Brock Hoffman. So if BB beats out Hoffman, then that's saying something. That's why, Rob, before you hopped on, I'm like, maybe I would like Stephen Jones or whoever the hell's running the Cowboys to be more
could
like
be Hoffman that starts off too. You never know.
And
We'll have a good idea by week 4 or week 5 where they want to go.
I mean, I want my GM to be like Howie Roseman and at least try and make a trade. It doesn't have, you're not going to get a lot for these guys, but even if you got a 6th round pick or you swapped a guy, right? You know, like you swapped a guy even up. Ooh, West Virginia country boys, welcome to the Mailheads crew. I'm looking at shot glasses. I'm gonna do like I might do what Mark does and order my custom shot glasses. They're like a couple $100, but you get like 100 of them or something like that. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't agree with a longer schedule. Is because preseason is important for these young guys to get the development that they need in the game.
You know, Chris. It has nothing to do anything about that. It's all about this.
They don't anymore. Yeah,
right.
Don't get the practices.
So did they officially adopt an 18-game schedule then?
No, not yet.
No, but they're
Still in the process.
So it's like, you know what, if you want to do something like that, you're definitely going to have to increase roster size. You're definitely going to have to add another bye week because it's too much. I mean, you have all these Thursday, or you're going to have to get rid of
Here's the deal. I've been on this. I want 2 bye weeks. They had 2 bye weeks a while ago, I thought.
Yeah, in the 90s they did.
I liked it. Listen, again, for us NFL people, and I love March Madness and basketball. It's not as good now because I'm Rob A. I'm pretty much a Philly fan. I know it's hard for people to believe that, but my father was a diehard Cowboy fan, was from Texas. That's all I've ever known. My brother. But I love Villanova. I root for Temple, Villanova, all of them. But I was a big Villanova fan, and I used to love March Madness and the tournament. But it ain't what it used to be for me personally. So I just want to roll this season as long as we can to take away some of the downtime before we start back up again. I'm fine. Extend it out. Again, it's a lot of games, but expand the rosters, right? Make the rosters
I'll tell you
bigger.
one thing. I'm gonna feel sorry for those teams who are going to be playing on Wednesday for Christmas this year.
Well, that's why I was telling you with the bye weeks. That's probably why the schedule is taking so long. And I want to hear Rob's opinion on this. Like it's not as easy as people think. They want to have like divisional games at the end of the year, right? That's what they want, or the last 2 weeks. They want to. I think they should add a bye week. And if you're playing on a Thursday or this year on a Wednesday, you need to have a bye week either before or after. That's just not right. I mean, what do you think, Rob, about that? I mean,
I agree. You either have to have a bye week or you have to push that next game out to like a Monday night game. Like the upcoming month, like,
or you could
like 10
you
11
could
days
do
off.
this. You could play the 4 teams on the Saturday before Christmas. It'd be just like a 4-day short schedule for those who play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if you're going to add another game, just add another bye week. Now, I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, again, it sucks because, I want to see my team play, but it also sucks when your team is hurt or decimated or, has an injury. It would be nice. Though, it's one of the hardest things to do is to play on a Sunday and come back and play on a Thursday. Now you're telling me that a Christmas is a Wednesday?
Weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what are they going to have? I can't imagine that they're going to be scheduled that Sunday. That's my thing.
Do they even have bye weeks that far
You would
into
think.
the?
You would think.
Do they even have bye weeks that far into the schedule? Because I thought the last bye weeks happened.
Yeah, you're probably right with that. I don't know.
Yeah, but they could schedule it maybe a Saturday game instead of a Sunday game, and then make them play that Wednesday.
When
we get closer to the end,
Monday or something,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because when we get closer to the end of the season, we start having those Saturday games as well.
Yeah, Vinny, that reminds
I think
me.
that's
I got to get my
probably what they're leaning towards. Is those 4 teams who will play on Christmas Day are going to play the Saturday before. I think I read that on NFL.com or something.
Right. So no different than them playing the Sunday than the Thursday. So,
exactly, like we do on Thanksgiving.
Right. Exactly. You give them the same amount of rest. Because like to your point, they don't schedule bye weeks that far out. So I mean, they'll probably have them a Saturday game and then a Wednesday.
But
game.
I mean, when you add all this in to the pot as far as an NFL schedule, somebody's not going to be happy, right? Somebody's going to get the short end of the stick. And
Absolutely.
Exactly.
you know, we already know Dallas is going to have a hard schedule. That's what happens in this league when you win your division. You get the hard
Win your
schedule.
division, yeah.
But
First
that
week
being
schedule.
said, I think this year, if it could spell doom for Dallas if they, I heard a rumor of the Niners week 1. Oof. Like if we get off to a bad start, just like the Eagles, Rob, and we'll get to
Philly
that.
Philly never recovered after that Niners game. I mean, we were.
Do you know what I mean? Like if the weight of the world, right? Just put yourself at the star, right? You got the coaches on a 1-year deal, the defensive coordinator is on a 1-year deal, the quarterback is on the last year of his deal.
Right.
Everybody, I don't know. Maybe I still think they're going to extend a couple guys before the season, but who the hell knows? But
Right.
and then all of a sudden you get out to an 0-2 start, right? Just God forbid. I'm not trying to be negative, people, but if we're playing in San Fran, odds are you're not going to win that game. So. It's like, okay.
I don't know. Could they pull what the '90s Cowboys did?
I'm going to root for it, but I'm not going to sit here with a straight face and telling you they're going to win that game. I can't.
I agree with you, Game Time. I mean, with that offensive line being so young,
Yeah.
and then going against Bosa, Hargrave, those guys are beasts.
What's up,
That
Mark
D-line is a
sacrifices
beast.
In
chickens?
San Francisco, nah.
Yeah, no, I don't see that. I just don't see that.
Hell, we
To my
can't even
point.
do it. What do you think we're gonna do it in San Francisco? Sorry.
Niners
Now, to my
haven't
point,
been
though,
good week 1. That's the thing, Logan. That's the one good thing.
You look what happened when Emmitt Smith held out those first 2 games, right? We went
We're going
0-2.
back to Emmett. I love Emmett, but that's pretty
Anyway,
sad.
I'm drawing on history. So, we get him back in camp and get him back on the field. The rest of the way, we go 12-2.
Yeah, but that's a
Why
different
not?
team back then. That roster was stacked back then. That was a damn good
I don't
roster.
know.
I mean, but we got
Kind of a different
Dallas has
time.
some young O-line. With a left tackle, if Guyton goes in at left tackle, man, that's a tough position to play as a rookie.
Well,
And
It was
Eric
52,
Williams
5%
Williams
running most of the time.
wasn't a veteran back then.
Bobby Murphy, what's up, buddy? I'm already not happy with the schedule. Eagles playing in Brazil week 1, and they count as a home game. I think the Eagles got 9, like Dallas, I believe.
Yeah, they have 9.
So
They'll have 9 home games.
I don't know why they would do that with a team like Philly. Normally, it's a team with a weak, what do you call it? Like fan base. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's why you see the Jags and. You'll see teams with lesser who can't sell out a stadium. Eagles, you can't get a season ticket for 15, 20 years. So
Probably helps teams boost their revenue.
and I know they get all the revenue, but the fans don't want to hear that the club is making money. They want to go to a game. Yeah, these teams. I mean, these my friends and some family, they save up all year for their tickets, and now you're taking one away from them. But it is what it is. It's about the almighty dollar, people, unfortunately. So, and I actually think Eagles week 1 against Green Bay may be good for the Eagles.
That'll be a true test right there.
I think there's going to be. It's going to be. I think Green Bay got on a roll last year. We overlooked them. We're all
we thought we
past
were
it.
going to go into the next round. Yeah,
Our players were planning victory celebrations and all this, and when this is what happens. The whole Cabo, hanging out in Cabo on your bye week before a playoff game, or the Giants on a boat. You remember that? And what's this? Got smacked up by the young. All right, Mark, I sacrifice chickens. We have an idea who you are. Just tread lightly. Brad is in the house. So, Brad, if he gets out of line,
get him, Brad. Get him,
light
Brad.
him up. So,
hey, speaking of the devil, here he
there
comes.
he is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you got to come in negative, bro. Again, I understand. I give a lot of deference to all the teams. Yes, I sent Brian the article. They won 2 Christmas games. That's crazy, George. But I don't mind Thanksgiving, but now we're going to. But I like the Christmas game. Normally, the Eagles play Christmas night, normally. So I'll be curious to see. I can't wait for the schedule, and it falls on Wednesday, so I'll be live streaming. So, make sure I may go earlier. They'll probably do 7:00, but I'm not positive about that. Mike Aldana, we got the 2 seed and we didn't take advantage of it. Yeah, Mike, that's why. I think how this season is. It's not about the regular season. We could go.
Brian, I gave her a treat.
Okay, cool.
So shut up.
We could.
Hey,
win
Mark
12
sacrifices
games.
chickens. Take this one.
we could win 12 games again. I'm not going to get excited. I'm going to wait till the playoffs and see what happens. Right?
That's what it's about at this point. I mean, it's just about going deep in the playoffs for you guys.
But that's what it is.
You guys are amazing during the regular season.
I think the Eagles are kind of in the same boat. Let's not forget the Eagles were 10-1 last year.
And then we ran into a juggernaut in San Francisco and never recovered after that. And then we played you guys next week, and you guys, smacked us too. So, we couldn't recover after that Niners loss.
Yeah. Again, Niners seemed you guys beat Niners when it counted in the playoff game, but so and that was not to bring it back, but that was you were the better team in that Super Bowl. That's what's so frustrating about the Chiefs. Can somebody beat the Chiefs? Hey, East Side Harold, you probably left already. Have your team beat the Chiefs, please, because I would imagine that one of the NFC teams would actually win a Super Bowl. The Chiefs are just too good in a one-game situation. What's up, Leo V? I'm gonna try and attend the Ravens versus Cowboys game. That's in Dallas, right, Leo? I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. It's in Dallas. So, yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get the one game in Dallas. Everybody keeps, saying it. And I'm going to go to the Washington Commander game. I hope it's not the last game of the year. I'm going to try and go to the Eagle game. And maybe the Carolina game. I'd like to get to 4 games if I can. I normally go to the Giants game, but I'm tired of beating up on the Giants. So, even though I think Giants are going to be better. I took shit because I thought the Giants were going to be better last year, and they weren't. So, Vinny, the Ravens are good.
Oh, they're solid.
The Ravens are just a well-oiled machine, drafting, coaching,
off season.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
That's a good ran organization. They drafted so well. They got that.
I think they're the best drafting team in the NFL. I think as good as I like Dallas, I think Ravens are every year. Good players seem to fall to them, and that's not by luck. That's by design. They know when to take players where, How are the Eagles the same thing? We got so much secondary help, and we added Saquon Barkley. I didn't say who said they were the same, Nike? I don't know.
I didn't.
Yeah, maybe he's talking to the chat.
Somebody in the room.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody in the chat.
I think the Eagles. I think Vegas has them at the same odds as Dallas. But if I'm betting right now, I'm going to pick the Eagles to win the division, which means nothing. What I think means nothing. I'm going to root for Dallas, but if I had to pick right now, based on what they did. But that could change very quickly. Rob knows if they get out to a slow start.
Thomas is trying to join.
They are going to come after. Thank you. They are going to come after Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is already. He's got a lot of pressure on that poor kid's shoulders. Yeah, I know everybody says he's making all the money. Okay, but
Yeah, we have the same odds to win the East at this point, and we have a little bit of better odds to win the Super Bowl. But as far as the division, we're both plus 130 right now.
Yeah, and I think it's 10.5. The over/under is for wins.
For
I would go
teams.
under for Dallas just because I'm going to root over, but I would say be a 10 at best. Just predicting their schedule, but we'll know more on Tuesday. Is Swift a better running back? I'll ask Rob. What do you think about Swift versus Saquon? What was your thought on there? And then I have my idea. But what do you think about that?
I was a little bit upset when we lost Swift so quickly in free agency because we lost him, the first day in Chicago, swooped him up right away. So I was like, well, damn, he wanted to stay. He played good last year. I wasn't upset with the Saquon, pick, with the exception of the money. I follow you. I also follow, Mark as well. And Mark says, well, he sees that Barkley always slows down by the end of the year. I don't see that happening this year, only because he's not the focal point of the offense. Or, when Barkley was in New York, they would stack 8 because they know they didn't have receivers. They didn't have a good quarterback. So Barkley was their offense. Where here, he's just a piece of the puzzle. So I don't see Barkley slowing down. I think behind a good O-line, behind those safeties staying true, having to stay back, worrying about A.J. Brown and Devontae and Goddard. And, who knows who's going to be our third receiver at this point. I think Barkley's going to have a good year, and I think he's just a little bit better catching the ball out of the backfield. So I think Barkley's going to have a pretty good year if he stays healthy. I mean, health is always a concern.
And Troy, let me ask you.
Sure.
Barkley has never ran behind a line as good as Philly. Okay, so again, I could sit here and be a homer and say, well, he gets hurt. Bottom line is Saquon Barkley is a home run threat. At any time he touches the ball. And maybe, just maybe, the reason why he's getting hurt is because he doesn't have any time to, the old Dallas teams, where Emmett wouldn't get touched until he got to the second level. Well, that's what you're kind of looking at. We'll see what they do at center as far as the Eagles. But if Saquon is if he can get to the second level, geez, that could be scary.
Could be a beast. He will be a beast. There's no doubt about it. But like you said, he's got to get past the line.
I mean,
he'll get past the line. I think he'll get past the line. I think, and I don't think he's going to have as many carries as he averaged in New York, especially with us drafting that kid out of Clemson this year, that rookie, and then we have Gainwell as well. So last year Swift had a great year, but Gainwell also pitched in, and from time to time we'd use Boston Scott back there as well. So Penny, we had Rashad Penny, we never used him.
Yeah,
so I don't even know what's the reason.
Yeah, he didn't suit up most of the time. I think he's back in Seattle now.
No, he's down in Carolina now.
Yeah, he's in Carolina. There's a very crowded backfield in Carolina because they have Miles Sanders, they have Penny, they have like 5 different running backs over there.
There's another place we could get another back if we needed one.
Let me read this super chat real quick. How do you break down Lions versus Cowboys this year, game time? You like Lions, just was luck last year? I think the Lions are a better team right now. Sorry.
I think they are too.
We were lucky to beat you guys, to be honest with you. Mike McCarthy's stupid play calling almost cost us that game.
And I think there was a right call at the end of the game, so I'm not going to sit here and say, here you go, Leo, you're in the hopper, buddy. I'm not going to sit here and say that you got jobbed, because I don't think you got jobbed. I think your coach is going to stop you from going places, quite honestly. I love Dan Campbell.
Yeah, Dan is.
But we
still got lucky, though. We still got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can't go over. I mean, you can't go for it on fourth down time and time again. You just can't do it.
I love the aggressiveness in coaches, but I don't like him doing it. It costed wins, even in the playoffs. I mean, he's just too aggressive. Sometimes you got to think more analytical instead of go for it. Let's go for it. Go for it.
Just talk to Bozo Switzer in Philadelphia.
What's up, Thomas? How are you, brother? I actually went to the gym today.
That he did against San Francisco, Detroit is in the Super Bowl, hands down.
Well, Thomas was on the Detroit wagon last year, and I hopped on. Or was it 2 years ago, Thomas? I think it was 2 years ago, and then last year.
Last 2 years.
Yeah.
But
this year,
I was telling everybody about Detroit, and I was telling Mark about Detroit, and I'm not saying that Mark laughed about it, but he just. He
scoffed. I remember when I was there when you brought up Detroit, Thomas, and he's kind of scoffed about that. Didn't take them too seriously, but man, the Lions are the real deal.
Yeah, they are. Honestly, I'm not.
They had a good draft.
I would have to put them again. If I got to, I got to keep it real. First, let me get to Mark Hutchin. I believe Swift is a smarter runner than Barkley. I like Swift a lot. And real quick before we transition back, so don't let me forget about the Lions. But I think if I was an Eagle fan I would have wanted them to go out and got more of a stud linebacker who's going to fit better in a 3-4, brought back Swift and allocated that money towards more. I don't care who. You could, I don't know who.
Queen. I would have liked
nice. And brought back Swift. As a Dallas
and
Cowboy,
cheaper,
as a Dallas Cowboy fan, Swift scared me. Now Barkley scares me, and he'll usually hurt you once a game, but he hasn't hurt us as far as winning and losing. But I was always afraid of Swift. I just loved how he ran. But
yeah, he's great.
We'll see. They had an issue with it. I was a little surprised with that. But getting back to Detroit, I think that I don't know. If I'm being honest, I know Niners went out. They lost people, but they gained people. And the bang bang 49er gang isn't going to like me saying this, but you lost in a Super Bowl, right? Like I'm saying, there's certain things you could count on. If you lose in a Super Bowl, that next year is a down year.
A little bit of hangover. Yep. We just experienced it.
I think Detroit slides up. I think Eagles, and we'll get into it. I think Dallas will make the playoffs. And like I said last year, I don't care if we win the division because I want to be playing good. Now we were playing good. And we still lost. So I don't know when it comes to the Cowboys, but it'll be fun to look at the schedule and do the wins and losses. I will say I hit Dallas, my first prediction. I hit them with 11, or 12, and then I backed off to 11. But my initial response to the schedule was dead on. So we'll see where I have.
I'm
them
still
next
going
week.
12-5 again this year.
But I got to see the schedule.
I think they're 10-7. I think they're going to be 10-7, and
maybe 9.
It's not Philly love or Dallas hate. To me, it's just that first place schedule. A young line, offensive line. There's going to be some growing pains, some learning curves.
Aside from San Francisco, the other 2 division winners, who gives you the most problem Detroit, I guess. So there's basically probably 2 losses there.
Well, Atlanta, I don't think you guys winning. I don't think you guys are going to.
Oh, I think we'll win that one. That one's at Dallas. I think we'll win that one.
Well, I think that about Green Bay too, and that didn't turn out too well.
It's regular season.
Seriously, now. I think we are going to give Baltimore a run for their money.
Derrick Henry's going to run hard. That team always runs hard.
Yeah, right. That's true.
I'm still.
Well, we could talk about that next week with the home and away.
Once we get there.
Like Arizona. Arizona is not as good as Dallas, but they always beat us. Okay,
yeah,
that's just a fact.
But 12-5. I think both Philly and Dallas do it, and this year Philly gets it over us.
Philly's interesting to me because I think they can go either way. That defense is still an issu. And again,
because I'll tell you what, Tampa
coming
Bay
in with a 3-4. Now, Rob, let me ask you: do you think they have the personnel to run a 3-4?
Nope. We don't. I mean, we're hurting our linebackers already. I mean, I love the Trotter pick. It's unfortunate what happened to his mom. I think it was kind of like when you drafted that running back last
Deuce
year.
Vaughn, yes.
Yeah,
it's a great story.
Right, great story. But he's only coming in at 230. I don't think we have the personnel to. We don't have the personnel to do a 3-4. I think we should stay 4-3. Keep Jordan Davis in there as long as he could possibly last in there. I mean, I know he's kind of out of shape now. Jalen Carter's a stud. I'm not worried about him at all. But I think we're more equipped for a 4-3 than a 3-4. We don't have the linebackers to play 3-4. If we had brought in Patrick Queen, as I mentioned prior, and then went with a cheaper running back, bring back Swift instead of Barkley, I would have liked that move. But Devin White, it's kind of I always watch the top 100 every year as far as the NFL top 100, and I know one year he was like ranked 18th or something a couple years back. And then he fell off after that. I don't know if it was the coaching or his attitude. I think he needed a fresh start. I think Devin White could possibly help us out some. But the rest of my linebackers, I'm not really impressed with. N'Kobe Dean can never stay healthy.
Yeah.
Trotter's a little undersized.
And he ran a very slow 40, which is why he dropped as far as he did. But I love him.
Has Philadelphia thought about bringing Zach Cunningham back?
I didn't like him, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about us bringing back Zach Cunningham.
I like the guy that I think he ended up with. Yeah. I like the other guy that they released, and I think he's with the Giants. I liked him better than Zach Cunningham. I was surprised that they went that way.
I think Zach he's an average backer, but dang, he could help stop a run on somebody's team.
I actually missed Kazir White from the year before in our Super Bowl run. We got him from the Chargers, and kid was lights out. And we didn't bring him back. We didn't bring back other linebacker that signed with Chicago either. So I mean, to me, we're hurting on linebackers. I don't know how in the hell we're going to run a
That's
3-4.
my thing, because like the linebackers normally have to play. And,
besides Trotter, did they
get up
draft
on the
any
line?
others?
I mean, that's my issue with the whole. Again, I would imagine it'll be some sort of hybrid. They're not dumb.
I agree. Yeah.
Just
maybe
like
Nolan
hearing,
Smith. Nolan Smith might.
Well, that's
slip
another
in as a
guy. It's funny.
linebacker.
Everybody wants to bust on Mozzie. Mozzie went like 2 picks ahead of Nolan. Mozzie had a rough year. He was injured. He had rabbit ears. He had some issues mentally where he lets things bother him. So it'll be interesting to see him playing for Mike Zimmer. Zimmer's not a Dan Quinn. He gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
And yell at you, and it's up to,
heck.
Accountability.
It's up to like Greg Ellis and Al Harris to pull him aside and go, yo, he yelled at me, or like Greg Ellis, he yelled at me. That's because he cares, that type of deal. Somebody's going to have to be there. What's up, prime time? We got it fixed, buddy. The modem was the deal, but it wasn't just the modem. I'll explain it to you later. Who else? Oh, Blue Virus. I agree with Brian. I don't care for the regular season. It all depends on the playoffs. Again, I said this last year, Virus. I said, I don't care that we win a division. I like not being the team that's talked about. Just like as soon as the Eagles rolled over for us last year and we basically backed into the number 2 spot, I don't care what anybody says. I'm a Cowboy fan. We backed into it. I'm sorry, we didn't play that great.
Philadelphia.
We had a meltdown,
and that allowed us to get to number 2.
division.
And I was like, wow, we got to number 2, and I think we thought a little more, and clearly the players did. But again, this goes out to my thing with Rob is if the Eagles can play a 3-4, we were exposed against the Lions with our linebackers. Why? Because we didn't have any linebackers. Once we lost Leighton Vander Esch and Overshown got hurt, and we let all those guys go off of the practice squad that we had in our system for multiple years, we were screwed. We had Marquise Bell playing linebacker, Rob, and he's 208 pounds from Millville, New Jersey.
Yeah,
I mean, it was ridiculous. So, again, like Brad said, yes, Dan Quinn screwed us running zone. Yeah, there was a lot that went wrong. Everybody wants to just blame Dak. They don't realize there was guys running wide open. There was guys, we couldn't stop the run, but yet it's just Dak. So, I mean,
to your point exactly, when I was watching the game live, I mean, there were wide receivers catching for Green Bay.
It was college
like you didn't see anybody.
There was college
you didn't see a Cowboy
open, not pro
in the screen.
open.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no one in the screen. Like it was just a wide open Green Bay Packer receiver, just catching them with no one 10 yards within the realm. So
yeah.
All
right, we got details.
Mike got 1 year for 4.25
and
million.
that's more than what Dallas was going to pay, and I'm glad for Zay Jones. He was not going to make that this year. He's an often injured guy, and okay, I'm in a mode, everybody, when it comes to the Cowboys. I want to see our young guys play. Okay, if that means we take a slight step back in the regular season, then fine. I'm good with that. I really am. I don't care about winning the East if it means that the fact that we didn't see Akeem Richards last year is a crying shame. We drafted him in the 5th round to play tackle, and we used Chuma Edoga, who time and time again, Chris May, he just missed assignments and almost got Dak killed multiple times. Because Mike McCarthy likes a veteran, sometimes you got to go with the better player. I don't care, but now this year they're going to go with Tyler Guyton and just give him the left tackle job, which is fine. I think he's going to be okay, but he's going to have some growing pains. Brad, please put JoJo in the hopper for me. Thank you, Brad. You are a beast, man. JoJo is in the hopper. We have went over, so we have 2 drawings. So 87. So 2 drawings.
I think it's going to be a tight division this year. I just have that feeling. It's going to be one of those divisions like we saw the year before. Everybody's got a good record.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
improved in the NFC East. I mean, no doubt. If I were the Giants, I would have probably drafted a quarterback. In the first round. Uh, I don't have any faith in Daniel Jones if I was a Giant, but everybody did improve. Washington did improve. Your old line's just going to get better, and it's younger. Your left tackle will be reliable now. I mean, you had a great one, but he just wasn't ever healthy enough to, best ability is availability. And for him not to be available a lot, just speaks volumes. So Dallas definitely, your old line's going to definitely be a lot better.
You would think
Yeah,
so, Rob. You would think so. I think our linebackers and our offensive line, I want to play a little game here, and I'm not trying to piss off my Cowboy people, but I want an honest opinion here, and we'll bring it up, and we could talk about it. All right, let's start on the out. Now, we're not going to win many of these battles, but if you're saying right now, Eagles, I think it's fair to say it's Eagles and Dallas for the division. Maybe. You tell me the Commanders with a rookie quarterback, okay. You tell me the Giants, I find it hard to believe. But, okay, who has a better offensive line? And we'll start with Rob. I'll start. I think the Eagles' offensive line, I know it has questions without Kelsey, but I would say they're the better offensive line against Dallas. Would you agree, Rob?
I would agree with that. Our left tackle, Mailata's great. Landon Dickerson, they both just got extended. He's great. They're going to slip Cam Jurgens from right guard to center and possibly fill that hole with Tyler Steen, the second-year player that we got out of Alabama, I believe it was. Although I'd like to see, what this rookie brings in that we got from Michigan. We drafted a lineman out of Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he's and
I
he's
don't have
supposed
the
to be
names
a
in
stud.
front of me. I could look it up real quick, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, and then of course right tackle. That's Lane's spot. I mean, our record with Lane in the lineup as opposed to without, is pretty damn impressive. So O-line, I think Philly has it, even with Kelsey being gone. You can't replace Jason Kelsey, but Cam Jurgens, I think having that experience sliding over from right guard to center, I think is going to be we're going to be fine.
I agree. Now, Chris, I mean, who would you give the edge to?
That's a hard one. Right now I have to say Philly, then us.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And then it goes Washington, then New York. But
I mean, as far as offensive line, I would say Eagles and Dallas.
Philly right
Philly
now.
and then Dallas.
At the end of the season, you just don't know who might come on and who might not come on. But the edge right now
Thomas
would be that.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas.
So Trevor Keegan is that rookie out of Michigan that we
Yes, I'm
drafted.
looking
Trevor
at it.
Keegan, yes.
Trevor Keegan, and that
I
kid is
couldn't remember
a stud
that.
too. I don't think he's a BB, but I think he's damn good. I mean, and he just, he's part of a damn winning team.
Yeah.
A good culture.
Yes,
good
Thomas.
culture.
I got to get off my earpiece dying on me.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care, Thomas.
All right, bro.
Have a good one,
All
brother.
right, talk to y'all later.
So
All right.
Troy, what do you think?
if we're just talking division,
Well, no, we're talking.
I agree.
Like offensive linemen, offensive
if we're
line.
just talking division,
Yeah.
I think Philadelphia, then us, then Washington, then the Giants.
Yeah.
NFC,
that's not
I
saying
think
anything
you've got to
bad.
say San Francisco, Detroit, then Philadelphia, and then us.
Yeah, but I just mean as far as if you're looking in division, we play each of it. I still think we split with the Eagles. I
think so too.
I
that's
think
just
we'll
the way it
split the
works.
Eagles.
Even back when Eagles were, not good, they would always find a way to split, and vice versa. Even when the Eagles with McNabb, he didn't win a Super Bowl, but we would always find a way to split. Usually, not every year, but usually, barring injury.
And I think
barring injury.
I think too, depending upon the way the schedule falls, I think we take both against Washington, both against the Giants.
I think you'll
I
split
think-
with Washington. I think you'll split with Washington and take both against the Giants.
Well, like I
That's my
said,
opinion.
depending
Probably.
upon
It'll
where the
probably be on
schedule
both
falls,
sides.
Yeah, definitely.
depending upon where they fall in our schedule, if it's home and then there at the end of the year, by
That's
the end
what'll
of the
be
year,
fun
they're
to
probably
see.
going to be demolished.
I like playing Washington at the end of the year because normally it don't mean much. Washington always plays is tough, but then again, me going there, I would hate that it's the last game of the year. Now, just you keep in mind, Eagles are going to have a lot of these categories. All right, so we gave them the line, the running backs. I think you have to give it to the Eagles right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Saquon.
I'm sorry, but that's how it's going to have to roll. You got to keep it 100, right, Rob? The Eagles right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, Saquon, and then we have Kenny Gainwell still. He's pretty decent.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
I was
he's
going
just
to
got to
ask
keep
that.
his mouth
Does
shut.
Philadelphia
he has to keep internal stuff internal instead of out and everything of what happened. And then we drafted Will Shipley out of Clemson this year.
Yeah, and that's
people compare him to McCaffrey. And I seen McCaffrey play in high school because Chris McCaffrey's from here, from Denver.
Do you think he supplants Gainwell, though?
I do. I think, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Gainwell with everything that happened, shenanigans, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Is Gainwell's probably gone.
I think so too. And with them bringing in drafting Shipley, I think maybe even bring back Boston Scott as the third or something, or even get someone
Boston
else.
Scott. Yeah.
Boston Scott was good.
Yeah,
there's no.
He was a giant killer for sure. He's always had good games against the Giants. Everybody does, though,
we
right?
have Zeke, right, Mark? Again, Mark Hutchin. In saying this, and I'm not trying to be trollish, but again, normally Super Bowl winners don't have a bell cow back. So it'll be curious to see how they use it. The one thing I will say, as a Cowboy fan, it's a little scary to know that they've been working a lot of read option at Eagles practice. So that tells me that Kellen Moore is smart. Because if you want to maximize Jalen, you need to do a lot of read option. Good luck trying to stop Jalen and his Saquon. That slight hesitation where you stay sucked in because you think you're going to hand it off to Saquon, and then Jalen tucks it around the end. Now that could be a double-edged sword because if Jalen takes a hit, he could be knocked out, and then it's all comes crumbling down. So it'll be interesting to see how much read option they run, but they're doing a lot of work with the quarterback running back exchange at the NovaCare. So it'll be interesting. So listen, I know Chris is going to say Eagles as well. It doesn't matter. Eagles have the better running game. The bottom line.
Yeah, they do.
I would say Eagles have the better wide receivers. They have a better 1A than anybody. Now, after you get past the first two, which is a lot, I get it. Then I think I like what they did this year in the draft. I really like Smith out of Texas A&M, and I really like the other guy they got too.
Aeneas. I know that's the one you're talking about, Aeneas Smith, and then we also got a big kid.
Who's
Johnny Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson
from Florida State.
Yeah, that's the guy I like, Wilson. So, so we'll see about them. They're young, but I think Dallas maybe has more depth at the position. Or maybe they did. I don't know about this year. Again, I would.
What's that?
Wide receiver depth. I think the Eagles win that one.
After the three we've got nobody.
I know, Dirty. Don't worry. We're getting it. It ain't close. Eagles running game is a superior. James Strand, that's what people have to be able to be honest with and just say it. That doesn't mean that they're going to win or that's just on paper.
It's just on paper.
Unless you can convert Deuce to a tight end.
I mean, now I'm getting to there. Tight end. Let's move on to tight end. I think this is an area where we win. Now, I like Dallas Goedert as the one guy. Don't get me wrong. I think Dallas Goedert is still slightly better than Ferguson, but I think it's real close now. But I would still give a slight edge to Goedert. But I think the tight end room is clearly Dallas. Dallas is going to have 4 stud tight end. I'm just telling you now, Rob.
I'd agree. No,
you
I
may
agree.
not be familiar with them. Man, we have some tight ends that one of them's coming back from an ACL. We drafted one this year that's a stud, and the fact that he wasn't drafted.
Undrafted free agent.
Undrafted.
Yeah, it was an undrafted
6'6" guy, and I showed his tape, and I'm like, and all of a sudden, all the teams are like, well, how was he still there? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we picked up that CJ Uzomah from the Bengals. To back up Goddard, and then we have Albert O. I don't know how to pronounce his last name from Denver, from the Broncos. But we also have Paris Campbell. I think could also push for the third receiver, play in the slot as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how
he's pretty
Kellen.
fast.
You guys have 2 new coordinators. It'll be interesting. I mean, I would give the slight edge for his tight end to Dallas. So we
Agreed.
gave the offensive line, receiver, running back, but then we took the tight ends. Now comes the
Absolutely.
quarterback. I would say we have a slight edge in quarterback. Now I'm not talking playoff people. I don't want to hear that, but I think Dak is slightly better. And most of the, even Dan Soleo said that Dak is a better regular season quarterback. Now, again,
I think he is.
yeah,
Well,
I think we got it.
He ranked him better, but he didn't really talk too good about it. 'Cause I watched both.
he throws the.
Yeah.
I mean, he throws the playoff, and I get it.
Who's
I get it.
Who's the
Yeah.
backup in Philadelphia now? Because I think
The young
Pickett.
kid,
Mariota's
Pittsburgh.
Pickett.
Kenny-
We got Pittsburgh. Yeah. Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett.
Oh yeah, Kenny Pickett. That's
little
right.
hands,
Yeah.
little hands. We call him.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Stevens Jr.,
Okay.
Logan, exactly. Logan Harlan. They don't know about John Stevens. Keep it low. Ferguson is going to surpass Goddard this year. Logan, I like that idea, but as of now, I can't make that. I have to see it. Now, he's on the precipice of being elite, but he has to make that step. I'm not going to give it to him unless I see it. Goddard has been killing us time and time again. So
Goddard's consistent. He's had a good career. I mean, even in the Super Bowl, he played phenomenal. I mean, he's built. He comes
Dirty
through for
Sanchez
Jalen.
says, slight edge my ass. Dak hands down. There you go. Flex a little bit, Dirty Sanchez.
Well, shifting to quarterback. That's what we'll agree to disagree, and we could respectfully do that because actually, I think Jalen is just built to be a little bit more clutch. To me, he has similar success as Dak as far as playoff wins, but he's been in the league half the time.
Yeah, but again, that
and
was one
for him to-
season, right? That
Yeah,
was one.
agreed.
That was
But
one playoff run with a
He's only had
team.
three years as
four.
a starter.
Yeah.
Well, this will be his 4th year as a starter coming up. And then for him to already be in a Super Bowl, in my opinion, I think he outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He fumbled it.
Again,
granted
that was that year. Yeah, read option.
Yeah.
This year, he threw 108 more passes and looked way bad. He did not
Brian
look good.
Brian Johnson is not equipped to run an offense.
And that'll be curious to see how Kellen.
and
There's
to
a
see
lot
Kellen,
of yeah.
Yeah, so Kellen in there, I mean, people keep, throwing at it that we went through so many coordinators. But, let's be mindful. A couple of them got promoted for being good coordinators and got their own teams because of their success that Super Bowl year as well. So, I mean, it's, then we were in over our heads bringing in those 2 coordinators that just didn't have any experience as being a coordinator. Brian Johnson was an awful offensive coordinator. So, we'll see. We'll see what Kellen brings to us. I mean, I know he gets trashed a lot. Mark saying good luck having Kellen, but
I don't.
You're ranking every year with him. You guys are always the top 5 offense with Kellen.
We score points. His problem is
one thing else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I would say his problem is like adjusting, and like he doesn't make good adjustments. He's the kind of guy who, this is what I run. We're gonna just go and just not change. That's why after halftime we never really improved under Kellen. But again, so what were you gonna say, Troy?
I was going to say in Brian Johnson's defense, he tried to take a Kyle Whittingham approach to the NFL. That won't.
Oh,
do.
you mean the Stanford coach?
No, head coach here at the U. Utah.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Brian Johnson was in over his head.
Kyle Whittingham's a great college coach, but I don't think he would fit in the NFL. There's no way he would fit in the NFL.
But see, that's giving Brian Johnson too much credit because I don't even think he'd be a good college coach as opposed to a good NFL coordinator or coach.
Well, he did beat Alabama.
Well,
there
you go. Right. But I'm saying, I'm talking about Brian Johnson. He's nowhere close to that. So,
Brian Johnson, the NFL versus Brian Johnson in college. Now, there's no. I think he tried. Like I said, I think he really tried to run the Kyle.
Well,
Whittingham.
I would say this, Nike 3. I'm not saying this. A lot of people are saying this. Jalen is on notice. He's since his contract, he hasn't really lived up. Now, if he has another bad year, they will not hesitate. This is a big year for Jalen. This is a big year for him. I think in order for him to be successful, he has to run the ball. That's not a slight. I'm just telling you, if you try and keep him in the pocket, They tried it last year. They had a good offensive line, a real good offensive line last year, and for whatever reason, it didn't work. They had both of their receivers. They had Goddard for most of the year. I mean, they had a good running game. I don't know what the hell happened, but something happened.
I agree with what Coyote just said. I mean, yeah, Dak does better with less. Jalen Hurts, if you put somebody less in with him, forget it. He can't.
Yeah,
he can't get the best.
I would say that Dallas. Me personally, I think Dak is just a better all around. I mean, you're hearing
he's a leader.
You're hearing what Jason Kelsey said. He basically would tell Jalen last year, "Hey, they're coming from here." Jalen has an issue with processing. That's why he's not really a pocket guy. Not that he don't throw a good ball and he hasn't made some great passes, but Jason Kelsey would call out the blitz or the guy who's coming, and he just would not. He got a lot of shit last year from inside that locker room about that. So we'll see. Hopefully,
I see Jalen having a higher ceiling based off.
I would say ceiling.
Success.
Yes,
I think Dak is plateaued in my opinion. Where I think part of the contract possibilities going on now is I think that sample size is out there, and it's like, I see the Joneses like, damn, what more do you need? We every year for the last 7-8 years we've given you talent, and some years better than others as far as talent. It's like we've given you've had some years where you had CeeDee Lamb's rookie year. You still had Cedric Wilson. You had Gallup before the injury. You also had Cooper.
Yeah.
And it's like, what more do you need? You had Zeke, who was a beast that year, a good offensive line. I just think those leaves falling, that the leaves falling, let's see what happens. I think is just them saying, well, what more do you need, Dak, for us to get over the hump?
All right. Well, I got 3 comments here. I got 3 comments. One, this is funny. And we will end at prime time. The QB debate could go on forever. Both have a valid point. Both sides have a valid point. Move on. LOL. I agree. Mark Hutchin, Kellen Moore likes the pocket quarterback. And I know that. That's what I'm saying. But just trust me, I have an ear, from NovaCare, and they are working a lot with the read option. So that could be good and bad. Like I said, that's good. But if he takes a hit, because teams know how to play him. Now, Bobby says Hurts took a step back last season, no doubt.
Agreed.
But our OC, no, he's an Eagle fan. Our OC was completely incompetent, and that's right. I think people undervalue assistant coaches. Jeff Stoutland has been the best offensive line coach for as long as I can remember. He's that good, but
he's great.
Like once Shane Steichen left, and even though he got a bad rap here, the defensive coordinator who went to Arizona, I think they missed them both dearly. And
you're talking about John. It wasn't Steichen. Steichen was our old coordinator.
That's why I said Steichen was the O coordinator, and the defensive coordinator who went to Arizona.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Gannon.
Yeah,
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, I think that Gannon. I just think that, like, when you pulled the plug on Sean Desai last year, I think that's was the beginning to the end. Not that he was doing great, but when they brought in what's his name,
Patricia.
Hey, and it wasn't even the heavy Patricia who I liked. I thought was good. It was the skinny Matt Patricia. So that was you can't go with a skinny Matt Patricia. It was not going to work.
Bad. Right. Agreed.
So we'll see what happens. Dirty Sanchez. Come on, Dirty Sanchez. Jalen Hurts is a turnover machine. Again, if he's running the read option, and they're getting 5 yards a clip on the ground, they ain't gonna have to throw the ball much. I mean, AJ may get upset, but I think we got to let it play out. I have said this offseason, Hurts and Kellen Moore will be good together. I agree, prime time. I think it'll be a situation about the playoffs. What happens in the playoffs? That's just kind of like the Cowboys. Everybody wants to say, Dallas sucked. Okay. Keep doubting how Dallas is going to win 9 or 10 games. They just are. They're not. They didn't lose that many people that were starters. That's what cracks me up. People, oh my God, you were decimated. Yeah, who? You're talking about Dorrance Armstrong? Okay, he was a situational guy. You lost to Son Reddick, your best pass rusher.
Yeah.
That's I still don't understand that.
I don't either.
It
Who
makes
did they
no
trade
sense.
Reddick to?
Well, he went to the
Jets.
Jets. It's basically like
Jets. Okay.
a swap. They got a late round
Huff.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Huff.
And we got like a 2027 late round pick. I mean, it was silly. It was, but how he wants to build for the future. So we'll see.
Well, and Huff, interesting guy. He kind of capitalized. He was not an every down guy, but whatever. I don't understand. Dallas does those type of moves. I don't understand. Reddick was the one guy who put fear as a Cowboy fan. Him and the running back, like I say, he's Swift. Those two guys would always scare the hell out of me. So you got Huff. Okay, I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but he doesn't play the run too well, and he's a situational guy. So
Agreed.
That's going to be the interesting thing. If the Eagles can get their act together on defense and they start clicking defensively, then watch out. But that's got to happen. I mean, right now. Yeah, I would agree, South
D
Texas.
coordinator now? Who's the D coordinator?
Vic Maggio.
Yeah.
Vic will turn it around.
Well, he's been struggling.
I mean, it won't it won't happen this year.
He's been struggling his last few stops, but he's a good D coordinator. We'll see. He says he wants this to be his last stop. Hopefully, for the Eagles' sake, it's more than 1 year. So we'll see. I just think the 3-4 thing is dumbfounded.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I don't understand that. But until we see it, who knows? So we gave. I think most people would give Dak the quarterback over Jalen. We gave the receivers Philly, the running back Philly, the offensive line Philly. Tight end is like a push. I think Eagles have the best tight end slightly over Ferguson. Now, I don't even know. I think Ferguson had better numbers last year. But wasn't Goddard hurt last year?
Well, you guys heard him. Yeah.
Okay,
when he
so,
fractured
I
his
would
forearm.
say slight to Dallas just by the the tight end room. So that's good. Now we move over to the defense, right? If we move over to the defense. All right, let's start in the secondary. Who's got a better secondary? Dallas or
Dallas
Eagles?
by far.
Or Dallas does.
Mhm.
I won't
Dallas
say
by
by far because I like Gardner Johnson coming back. I think that's a good move. He led the league in interceptions the year before when he was with us, and we stupidly let him go to Detroit. I think bringing him back, he brings a lot of swag to Philly.
But do you think he's going to be the same?
Well,
he's
he's
still
another
young.
one
He's
that
only
needs to
20,
shut his
he's only
mouth.
26.
I mean, he
Yeah,
could be one and done.
Right,
he could be
right.
one and done, depending on where
Absolutely.
DeJean plays. And
Right.
Surprise!
Actually-
They're putting DeJean out on the edge. Almost surprised at that. So we'll see how that works out. I thought
I
he
don't
was
think
a
he'll start
safety.
there. I think he'll be safety. I think they'll put him back in safety. But Dallas, hands down, has a better secondary. I mean, without a doubt. I mean,
I think
We're
that's
getting
fair.
Trayvon Diggs back.
We got Diggs.
well, we'll
right?
see. Well, I mean, Diggs
Well-
coming off of that.
Well, he's
kind of
already
injury.
running, Rob.
Right.
I mean, he did hurt it in training camp. Let's not forget.
Yeah. So it's been a year.
it's-
I mean, yeah.
It's like everybody forgets Terrence Steele hurt his ACL late in the season and still made the opening day. He was nowhere near 100%. That was negligence on the front office, in my opinion. But they didn't want to spend money to go out and get another right tackle until the guy could fully heal. Most of our ACLs, or all of them, happened in training camp. Like Overshown happened, I think, game 1 or 2 of preseason. So,
Didn't his happen? Oh no, it's Trayvon that happened. in practice.
Well, you figure you got Trayvon, you got a Deron Bland. Okay, he's done nothing but lead the league in interceptions.
Oh, he's a ball hawk.
I mean,
He's a ball
he
hawk.
gamble at times? Of course
I
will.
was gonna say he gambles, but he's a ball hawk.
I mean,
yeah,
again,
for
we
sure.
can't, take that away from him. And then we got.
Does he put up those numbers like he did last year?
I think that's
No.
hard to do.
I think he gets 4 this year.
He
I think
reminds me-
sixes.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Asante Samuel back in the day when we had
Yes.
Asante. He's
Yes.
a ball hawk. He get a lot of interceptions, but he gambled
But-
too. But I mean, I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved him. I loved him as an Eagle.
Exactly. I'd rather have that than who was the guy we had at Troy who ended up going to Miami, and he Jones. What was his name? Byron Jones. Yeah, we had Byron Jones, and
Byron Jones.
He was good, but he would never intercept the ball. He would just always be close. And, listen, I don't care who you are. You're going to give up plays in this league. You just are. So you want a guy who can get you some turnovers. That's what usually the team that wins the turnover battle at the end of the game wins the game, usually. So give me that guy. But, yeah, you figure Diggs is coming back. We got Bland. We got Jordan Lewis. And then we got some young guys. I really love our 5th-round pick who was stealing the draft. Dallas is good at drafting corners normally. So
they are.
We'll see how our corners pan out with Quinyon
you
Mitchell.
guys got 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, and Cooper DeJean was a steal.
Yeah, Kalen Carson was a
steal.
Yeah, Kalen Carson's who we got.
And I like the guy you got out of Toledo. He was my number 1 guy. The only thing that scares me, which this goes, I'm not saying as a Cowboy fan, I would say just don't worry too much because we traded up into the top of the draft to get Mo Claiborne, and we thought we had the best thing since sliced bread, and he played at LSU. I did hear from what people are saying. I don't know. Dan, Saleo said that when he got into the Senior Bowl, he looked ordinary. He still was my number 1 corner, and the Eagles got him. They were trying to trade. Yeah, they were trying to trade up to get him, and they ended up sticking and getting him anyway. So that was a good move. That was a good move on the Eagles' part. Whether he's going to be, I think that's a hard position to hit the ground running year 1. So that's why it'll be interesting. I think a lot's going to be depending on how good Slay and Bradbury are. I think ultimately they're not going to be good there, but I think they need them right now, I think.
I think Slay will start on one end, and I think before it's all said and done, it'll be Mitchell starting on the other end. Bradbury had a horrible season last year. I think we'd have already cut him, but we're paying him a lot of money. I think he would be a $17 million cap hit. But I still think that, yeah. So we're going to probably slide Quinyon Mitchell.
Burnt toast Slay.
I mean, but he's
I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, right. But, I think it's going to be Slay and Mitchell. I think Cooper DeJean will play nickel or possibly safety alongside with CJ GJ. And so I don't think we're as good as Dallas when it comes to the secondary, but I think we've gotten better than we were last year.
Yeah. Now let's move inside to the linebacker. I know that's a
Dallas.
This is why I said everybody was like, "Oh, Eagles." You got it. It is a team game. Everybody. I think linebackers definitely is Dallas, but I mean,
agreed.
I don't know how anybody could argue that, but some Eagle fans will. We got to win. You got to give us something, right? I like what they did with Trotter, but a lot of teams didn't like Trotter. So he's either going to be one of them players, Rob, who, how did we miss on him, right? Or he's going to be
a bust.
Or he's going to be like Jabril Cox, where we thought we got a guy who should have been drafted higher, but in reality, he wasn't that good. He was a similar type of player. But I love the story. And when I saw the video with Howie, that was cool. I
teared up in that. I teared up, when our owner on Lurie got the phone and said, "Hey, I love your mom," and he teared up, and I don't know if anyone in the chat knows the story behind the story, but she passed away last year of breast cancer.
Yes,
Jeremiah Trotter's mom did the junior, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. So it was a good story, but again, I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it was just a good story and he don't pan up, or he has a chip on his shoulder and play like his dad did. And if he plays anything like his dad did, I'll take it.
I mean, his dad was a lot bigger, and but again, Brian Broaddus, ex-Cowboys scout, ex-Green Bay Super Bowl winning scout, actually ran the draft. He ran the draft for the Eagles when it was a Randy Moss year. They ended up getting Jeremiah, or I don't know if it was that same year, but he's the one that took a shot on Jeremiah Trotter. Brian Broaddus, the Cowboys content creator, basically. He was running the Eagles draft, and Jeffrey Lurie went to Brian and go, "Are you sure about this guy?" So Lurie and Brian Broaddus have a relationship to this day because, he was one of the guys that said, "No, this guy needs to be taken." And Jeremiah Trotter ended up being a great linebacker. So, for that case, I hope it works out for the kid. But that being said, Dallas would have to get the edge as far as linebacker. Sure. So
agreed.
Now the next one is interesting.
That new kid.
The next one is interesting.
kid out of
Because
Notre Dame. Maurice.
D-line. Where do you go? D-line.
So is
Defensive
Micah
end,
Parsons a
Dallas.
defensive end or a linebacker?
Well, he's
He's
a
going
defensive
D
end.
end.
That's what I have to ask because you're talking about we got the best linebackers. Well, is the case that
That's
Micah
not
Parsons,
even
is he a
including Micah
linebacker
Parsons.
or a defensive end?
That's not including Micah Parsons. So
Well, I'm going to give the edge. I'm going to say Philly has a better D line. I think Jalen Carter is a game changer.
I like him, but that's about it. Josh
Jordan
Sweat,
Davis,
I like.
Sweat is good. I think Sweat. I would have preferred to get rid of Sweat and kept Hassan Reddick, but B. Graham's coming back for another year as a rotational guy. Hunt, Sweat, Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything, and I would have rather taken Joey Porter Jr. last year over him.
Yeah, I was saying that too. I was there. I'm like Joey Porter for us, but he went in the second round.
We should just say whose front is better. That's what we should just say. Whose front
Dallas
is
had the
better?
better numbers last year, and I think the Eagles got worse. Now Dallas lost Hankins, I get it, and Dallas lost Armstrong, but Dallas also they still have D-Law, they still have Micah Parsons. It's all going to come down to the defensive tackles. That's what it's going to come down to. How these rookies do.
I think we got a good rookie. Rogers.
Yeah, I like Rogers. I would say if you're talking at, I think Jalen Carter is a beast in the middle.
I would say the edges.
Yeah, it's very tough, Rob. It's very close. You would say, oh well, the Eagles, but then you would say, oh well, Dallas because of Micah. But it's close. If we can't stop the run up the middle, then what does it really matter that we can get to the passer? So
agreed. If we still had a Reddick, I would still. If you could give us
some, it had nothing to do with my system, but it had there was an just lost it and then it came back. Maybe there's something going on. So I'm trying to reload the stream. It says we're still broadcasting, so it's probably black. So let's see here.
Reloading it.
But it wasn't me this time. Because it was excellent even at the time of let me see here, because I got to do the drawing or two drawings.
I'll put in the chat it was me.
We are back. Hopefully we're back, people. Can you hear me? Yes, I lost power. Sorry, it wasn't the internet. We lost power. So, what are you laughing at, Chris?
It ain't one thing; it's another.
Fucking dude. What do you want, dude? It's a shit show. What can I tell you?
Just to summarize, Brian, when you dropped it, we were just simply saying. I mean, my take on it is, I think D tackles go to Philly, but D ends, you guys hands down have better.
I would agree with that. That's easy. Yeah. And now it's saying we're poor, so shit. Great. Is what it is. Hopefully, it bounces back. Let me just leave I'm going to leave something in the chat.
Brad Harris is like, at least look for an hour.
No, Brad, it wasn't me, buddy. We lost power here. Okay. All right. I'm going to just get to it. I'm going to do my drawings. We have 2 drawings to do, and we're 13 away from a drawing today. If not, it'll roll over. So we'll do 2 drawings here. I got Rob's here. He's getting a hat. I got to get that together. I'm going to let the wheel of power. Can everybody hear me? Everybody hears me?
Sir.
Okay. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. That wasn't me. Trust me. That was something happened. It's storming outside. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to get in there and mix it up too.
Do we need a drum roll?
not going to look, anybody. I'm not going to look. I'm going to do 2 picks, and then, like I said, we'll have $37 rolls over to the next one. All right, here we go. Bang. Oh. Patrick Foley, who's not in here. So he's a winner. I just sent him something. So that's 1. And the last one is going to be, I don't know what he's going to want, but I'll wait until I'll email him.
Tell him if he doesn't want it, he can send it to me.
And Mark Hutchton. So we got Patrick Foley and Mark Hutchton. So since Patrick's not here, well, Mark, what would you like, buddy? Would you like the, I don't know what I sent you already, to be honest with you. You want the Randy White jersey? Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice one.
That's sharp.
There it is.
It still got the tags on it. So it's an XL, Mark. So if that's all right with you. It's a replica, but it's not bad.
No, it's a good looking jersey.
It's really nice.
That is.
Like it says Cowboys Legends, vintage. I don't know where I got it. I've had it a while, but it is an XL. But I think it's an XL. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I only buy XL. So anyway.
Maybe you got it down in Dallas when you were there.
No, I don't think so. I think somebody gave it to me, but I don't know. But all right, Mark, you want this then? That's what you want, buddy? Don't worry, JoJo. Your stuff is still in there, so it's not disappearing. So you'll have a shot. So I got Patrick Foley and Mark, and we're $13 away. Unless somebody wants to do it, well, that'll roll over. Okay. Yeah. Mike Aldana. I was watching. There's a YouTuber. I don't know, where he's from, but he redoes old games. So okay, cool, Mark Hutchin. It's yours, buddy. So I was watching the 1978 game. I was a loser. This is my day off from work. It's raining out. I was up at 6. I'm like, let me go on YouTube. And I found this guy's channel, and he remastered these old games.
I've been watching them too, Brian.
1978. It was
divisional
Dallas Cowboys versus the Rams in the championship game.
Oh, yeah, the NFC title game. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, baby. Rob did it. Thank you so much, Rob. Rob
Yes,
is
sir.
So we do have another drawing. So let me write this down, and then we'll carry over, because I think I only have the stream until 5 o'clock. I didn't think we'd go this long, to be honest with you. Because I'm normally, having a horrible time here. So we got 15, so 37, 52. So $2 will carry over. $2 will
Unless
carry
else
over.
does a $48.
Nah, that's fine. I like Rob a. Okay, Rob is in. Did Mark Hutchin just do another one?
You sure did.
For $10.
Mark, you're a beast, brother. Mark Hutchin. Let me write this down. I gotta go out and get more shit. That's for sure. I think I might. I have a bobblehead over there that I might want to auction off. Matter of fact, if anybody wants it, I could throw them in there. I don't want to have Rowdy anywhere in my house anymore. So if anybody wants the bobblehead,
don't give him to any of us, because we're trying to get rid of him too.
Yeah, Rowdy's stopping Overshown from getting to 0. I just want everybody to know. I just want everybody to know that.
Since when does a mascot get priority over a player?
It's ridiculous. But what time is it?
Stupid.
All right, I got 8 minutes. So let me go ahead and do this drawing, and then we will I'll send you something, Vinny. Didn't I send you something, Vinny? If not, I'll send you something, Vinny. Again, all these are going to stay in here. So if a person don't win, you got a shot next time. So I'm not even going to mess around. Not looking. The winner is, of course, Mark Hutchinson. Mark Hutchinson wins again.
All right.
Well, he's got a lot in there. So Mark Hutchinson, he wants the. What else do you want, big guy? What do you want, Mark? I'm just an old veteran guy, Vinny Hagan. Send Rowdy to an Eagle fan. Yeah, right. Good stuff.
I think he's referring to you, Rob.
Yeah.
So Mark Hutchinson wants the
No, thank you.
Randy
I'll pass
White
on it.
jersey. I got Rob. I got to get in contact with Patrick Foley. And Mark, what else do you want? I got T-shirts. I got this. It's, they're not made bad. I got a gray hat, the black hat. Unless you want to send it to Lady Libra, that would be nice, but that's up to you. I got the T-shirts. Hold up.
Oh, send it to someone else, he says.
I got the Game Time Brian T-shirts. They're actually they're dry fit.
He said to send it to somebody else, Brian.
All right. Well,
I make these.
you want to give it to Lady Lieber? Is everybody okay with that? Or
Cowboys
JoJo
Mafia.
Gonzalez? Lady Lieber or JoJo? Well,
Give it to
Lieber,
Lady.
you just got something, right? I think I just sent something to Lieber. Didn't I? Didn't I send something
Give
to you,
it to
Lady
Joe.
Lieber? I'll give it to JoJo. I think I just sent something to Lady Lieber. She lives in Philly, believe it or not. So, JoJo, are you still there?
Hey, Chris, this is
What's
the
up?
ring we need.
I know.
All right, JoJo, what
That's
would you
the
like?
ring you need.
What would you like, JoJo?
I made this one off of a lathe. I was
No,
just thinking,
what?
That's
put,
nice. That looks nice. I have to wear it every once in a while to remind myself.
no, I was thinking, man, I should make some of these and put Cowboys Mafia on them. Send them to you.
Okay, I got you. Give my picture.
There
check.
you go.
JoJo, what would you like, sweetie? We got the
I
black
need an
hat,
engraver though.
the gray hat. Do you want a T-shirt? That's all I have. Or I could send you, well, I don't know, Rowdy. I don't know if I have anything to ship them in. You can get a T-shirt. You could get the black hat, or you can get the gray hat. I'm all out of jerseys right now, JoJo. So let me know what you want. Just email me your address.
Hey, Brian, I might have a 9X jersey I can donate to you.
9X?
Yeah,
Wow.
What the hell are we going to do with that?
give it to somebody who wants to wear it.
Vinny, you want a 9X? Vinny, he's been telling me he needs a 5X. JoJo.
Yeah, I have to wear it because of my abdomen. My abdomen is so big I can't get the jerseys around. So I have to order like a 9X just to get the.
Yeah, well, you're losing weight though, so you ain't.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
wear
why
that
I'm saying
again.
I might have a 9X
I know.
somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
Vinny, I have 4X, buddy. You said you needed a 5X. I have 4X. So, yeah.
I have a couple 3Xs.
Let's
about
see
it.
here. So JoJo, or let me get the hats here. I'm getting ready to lose. We got 4 minutes before Zoom shuts down on me.
Well, if it does, we'll know why now. He needs to get that plan that allows him to go unlimited.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got
Secret.
this hat, JoJo. And we got the black ones, or the T-shirt.
I think she was wondering what size the T-shirt was.
I have all sizes. So, I have all sizes. So let me know. Just email me what you want, Jojo, at GameTimeBrian@gmail.com with your address, and I'll get it out to you tomorrow. So anyway, let's wrap it up. Yeah, just let me know in the email, Jojo. GameTimeBrian@gmail. I got to get a hold of Patrick Foley. So, but anyway, let's wrap it up here. We got a couple minutes. Anything else you guys want to say?
Good chat today. Good stuff, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate everybody who
was.
donated. I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's I try and give out. I got to go out and get some more stuff. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody, and I will talk to everybody. Now, I am going to have Pizzle on. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or a recording, but just remember, I'm off, so we'll be doing stuff every day. I don't know if it'll be live streams, but if you guys want, I can come on and do a live stream. That's fine.
Let's do a live stream with Pizzle.
Oh man,
We've already done one with Rob.
Chill on the whistle.
Hey, but I was cool at least coming in here. I wasn't biased. I was, I gave it up to the Cowboys. You guys drafted well, did good. So
Listen,
it'll be a fun year.
I appreciate
all
it. You're a
fun,
level-headed Eagles fan, and I would like to think that I'm that way as a Cowboys fan.
Absolutely.
So again, everybody, thank you so much, and I will talk to everybody later. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Brian.
Later.